Hi friends, welcome to the lecture 5 on English for phase 2 of NABARD grade A and grade B 2017. So I had uploaded an assignment in your course in which you had to frame the thought framework for two topics. Now these two topics have been picked from the sample paper as released by NABARD last year. So I had taken these two topics from the sample paper, and the assignment was to build the thought framework based upon the discussion that we had in the previous 4 lectures. So let's now discuss the assignment. These things we have already discussed. In the previous lecture itself we had talked about this framework and linked this framework to the styles of introduction. So I had given you 4 different styles of introduction. You can go to the history or background of the topic. You can define the terms as used in the topic. You can start with a quotation, or you can start with the statistics, right? So the fourth way is quotation, or you can start with the statistics or the facts about the topic. So there are different styles of introduction, and once you make this framework, or once you brainstorm and collect the points and fit those points in this framework, you can use an appropriate introduction style according to the topic and according to your comfort level. So we had seen these styles of introduction: definition, origin, history or background, quotation or statistics. Similarly, we had also discussed the styles of conclusion, and we had linked the framework with the styles of conclusion, that how out of these 5 things, that is why, what, how, challenges and solutions, 1 or 2 may fit in the conclusion. And the different styles can be that you can, number 1, challenge the topic itself. That we had also taken the example of India and ease of doing business, that why is India stuck, and we had seen that how one can challenge the topic itself. Then we can use the style of looking to the future. It can be a positive conclusion. Looking to the future can be a positive conclusion. Then you can pose questions. You can leave some open-ended questions, or you can pose the questions in the last paragraph. That is also a good style depending on the topic, or you can use quotation again. So these are 4 different styles of writing conclusion. There are many other styles, but depending on the word limit, since we only have to write a very short essay in NABARD, so these 4 introduction and conclusion styles should work for you. So in this lecture, as I had told you earlier, we will be discussing the assignment, and what we'll be doing is that while discussing the assignment, I'll be exemplifying that how you have to use this framework and link it to the different styles of introduction and conclusion. Now let's see the first topic. If you open the assignment, the first topic was that it is often said that computerization results in unemployment. Do you agree? Explain. Right. See, the trend these days in the examinations is towards gathering your views about a particular thing. It is not open-ended or statement-based topics. More of the topics are inclined towards questions. So the examiner is basically, or the examination is basically trying to get your views, your opinion on certain topics, and asking a question is a good way of getting your opinion. So again, this topic is a question-based topic. We had seen that there are 2 types of topics: question-based topic or statement-based topic. And as you can see here, it is often said that computerization results in unemployment. Full stop. Do you agree? It is being asked from you that do you agree with the statement? If you agree, explain. If you don't agree, explain. Fine. So first of all, it is a question-based topic. So what we had seen is that once the topic is a question-based topic, your maximum words will go, or should go, in answering the question asked in the topic itself. So if it is a 400 words essay, then 250 to 300 words should go in answering the question that is already posed in the topic itself. So maximum words will go to answering the question, and you just have to add a suitable introduction and conclusion to the question that has already been asked in the topic. Now, as I told you earlier as well, that such questions do not have a 100% yes or 100% no answer. That is not a very good style of writing, because that does not show your open-mindedness or your broad coverage of or broad analysis of the topic given to you. So you don't have to agree 100% that yes, I agree that computerization has resulted in unemployment, or no, I do not agree at all that computerization has resulted in unemployment. In fact, I say that computerization has resulted in creation of more jobs. So you don't have to take that stand that you pick 100% yes or you pick up a 100% no answer. That should not be the case. Your essay can tilt towards one particular side. It can tilt towards yes or it can tilt towards no, but overall a balanced essay is the best. That you have to take both views, right? The pro view as well as the anti view. You can be for the motion, you can be against the motion. You have to adopt both and you have to balance your essay. Let's see how. Now if we have to construct the thought framework for this essay, we have seen that the structure of the essay consists of introduction, the body and the conclusion. Now since it is a question based topic, so you are pretty much clear about the body because there are questions in the topic itself and the body will contain the answer to those questions. So the body will have these two questions: how does computerization result in unemployment, and how does computerization lead to creation of more jobs as well. So this is, I am taking both the sides. I am not taking a particular side in the as per the topic. I am trying to take both the sides. So you should also do the same, that how does computerization result in unemployment, right? This means that you are agreeing that yes, it leads to unemployment, and while answering the second question you are disagreeing that no, computerization also results in creation of more jobs as well. So the body will center around these two things. What you have to do is you have to fit the body with the proper introduction and a proper conclusion using the styles of introduction and conclusion. Let's see. Now there are 4 different styles. Define the term, go to the basics, start with quotation or start with statistics. This is the body, and there are again 4 different styles of writing a conclusion, right? So let's see. Now if you start the essay by using this introduction style, that you start defining that what do you mean by computerization or what do you mean by unemployment, that will not look good, because the topic is nowhere related to the definitions of these things and you will not be able to link the definition paragraph with the body. So if you remember that there should be a logical linkage or interconnection between the various paragraphs, it becomes very important that your introduction should blend with the body or your body should blend with the introduction. So defining the terms computerization, defining the terms unemployment will not be a good strategy here. So we are eradicating this option. We are eliminating this option. Second thing is go to the basics, origin, history, background. Now this can be a good introduction style for this topic. Why? Because you, in the second paragraph on the body, you are going to write that how is computerization resulting in unemployment, and in the next paragraph you are about to write that how does computerization lead to creation of more jobs. So once you come to the basics of the origin, you can talk about that why did computerization take place, what was the need of computerization, why did humans go towards computers, right? The answer can be that we want efficiency and productivity. Now since the population explosion has taken place and the resources are limited, all our energy is devoted towards increasing efficiency and productivity, and computers are nothing, or computers are and machines, whatever, all machines, computer including, they are nothing but helping us to increase the efficiency and productivity of the humans or of doing the job. So this can be written here, or you can also start with that earlier when computers were invented they were considered a luxury, but now they are a necessity. That can also be there. So when you start with the history or the background and you talk about these things, automatically when you are when you will write this part in the body, it will blend with the introduction, because once you are talking about efficiency and productivity, you can say that the efficiency and productivity of labor force has gone up with the use of computers. The efficiency and productivity of doing a job has gone up with the advent of computers. So it is not that it has led to unemployment. It has in fact increased the efficiency and productivity, and it has also led to creation of more jobs, because computer industry is in itself is such a big industry and has a spillover effect or a positive effect on other industries as well. So it takes raw material from so many industries and it ultimately leads to generation of employment. So that can be done. The third thing is start with a quotation. So if you have a very good quotation in your mind which can be related to computerization and unemployment, then you can start with that. Or if you have some access to statistics or data talking about how much unemployment has resulted, or the percentage or numbers of computers and unemployment, some linkages between them, then you can use that data also. But according to me, this thing, history, background, origin, will be a very good style to start your essay. Then you have to write the body, these 2 paragraphs, and when we come to conclusion, these are the 4 styles: challenging the topic, looking to the future, posing questions, or using quotation. Now here, Now introduction is final, that why did computerization take place? You can answer this, and it automatically blends with the body paragraph 1, it automatically blends with the body paragraph 2. Now conclusion, coming to the conclusion, you have to think about that what can be a good conclusion for this essay. You have to keep in mind that your body paragraph 2 will be talking about that how has computerization resulted in the creation of more jobs also. It has although led to unemployment, fine, but it has led to creation of more jobs also. It is difficult to say that overall what has been the effect, right? So what can be your conclusion style? Can you challenge the topic itself? No, you cannot challenge the topic itself, because already you are taking both stands. You are writing some words for the motion as well as against the motion, so it is not very good to challenge the topic itself. Can you look to the future? Yes, there can be a positive conclusion, there can be an optimistic conclusion. Can you pose questions? Yes, again you can pose questions. Can you use a quotation? Yes, if you have very good quotation in your mind, then you can use that. But these two things, looking into the future and posing questions, these two can be good conclusion styles for this essay. Fine. Now let's see the topic number 2. The topic number 2 was 3 effective measures to eradicate illiteracy in India. Explain how the measures suggested by you will be effective. I am reading the topic again. 3 effective measures to eradicate illiteracy in India, and explain how these measures suggested by you will be effective. So this, as you can see, is a mix of question based and statement based topics. It is a mix of these two things. How? The first part, 3 effective measures, it is statement based, and the second part, how these measures suggested by you will be effective, is nothing but question based. Now such topics as we have discussed earlier, the thought framework building is easier, because you know that how many words or what kind of questions you have to answer in the essay, because the questions are right in front of you. Let's see. Now again, introduction, body and conclusion. Now what will you write in the body? These two things which have been asked in the question, that what according to you are the 3 effective measures to eradicate illiteracy in India, and how these measures suggested by you will be effective. Fine, so these two questions are the main questions that have to be answered, and these two questions will occupy or will take the maximum amount of words out of the odd 400 words that you have to write. I am just assuming that you have to write 400 words. So again, your 300 words will go in answering the question first and question second. You have to write an appropriate introduction and appropriate conclusion along with these two questions which will form the body. Let's see how. Now again, these 4 styles are there: introduction, definition, basics or background, quotation and statistics. Now once we talk about illiteracy, you can write very good statistics about illiteracy. Right, you can talk about literacy level in India, illiteracy level in India. Fine, you can talk about male literacy and female literacy as well. Fine. So statistics is can be a good introduction for this essay. In fact, a quotation can be a very good introduction for this essay, because there are so many quotations, so many good quotations given by famous personalities which deal with education in particular. You can also go to the region, history or background, and you can talk about that why is the state of education so bad in India, or what are the reasons that illiteracy is abundant in India. But according to me, these two things, quotation and statistics, are very appropriate for this topic. Fine. Let's see. And once you come to the body, these two questions will be answered which are in the topic itself, and once you come to the conclusion, see, challenging the topic itself, that no, you don't think that there is illiteracy in India, there is no need to eradicate illiteracy in India. No, this is not a good style, because what the statement is telling you is the truth. There is abundant illiteracy in India, and you cannot challenge the topic. Can you look to the future? Yes, you can look to the future, because in the previous paragraph of the body you are suggesting the measures to eradicate illiteracy. So yes, you can look into the future. You can give a positive or optimistic conclusion. Can you pose questions? Yes, you can pose questions, some open-ended questions. Can you use a quotation? If you have not used a quotation in the introduction, you can also use a quotation in the conclusion. Then you can use a quotation in the conclusion. It does not look good to use a quotation in the introduction as well as in the conclusion, generally speaking. But if you have very good quotations in your mind which can be used for introduction as well as conclusion, different quotations, then it's good. Then you can use them. So this is the thought framework for this essay, that the body will deal with the basic questions that have been asked in the topic. There are 2 questions, that what are the effective measures. You have to suggest 3 effective measures. What are those measures? And then you have to talk about that how these measures can be effective in dealing with illiteracy. Introduction can start with the statistics or a quotation. statistics or a quotation, and the ending or the conclusion can pose questions, or it can give a positive conclusion by looking to the future. So what now you have to do is you have to self-evaluate. You have to see that what framework you had made for topic number 1 and topic number 2, and you have to match your framework with this framework. Please bear in mind that there is no one good framework. This is very important. The frameworks which I am giving you, they are good frameworks, but there is no one best framework. If you are able to write the essay in the given word limit and the different paragraphs make sense and they are logically linked with one another, and you are answering the questions that have been asked in the topic, that framework is a good framework. Right, so there is no proper, there is no just one fixed, one best method of doing the things, or one proper framework or one best framework for a particular topic. If you are able to blend the various facts, if you are able to link the various paragraphs, and you are able to do justice to the topic that has been asked, it is a good framework. You can evaluate yourself. Thank you.